all really started on Southfield Drive in Columbus, Ohio. I mean, in my bedroom, just me, a Casio keyboard, drum set, and just my dreams, man.
Elevate the motherfucking game.
In your lane with my back, whoopers banging in the back. Turn it up, make it slap.
Make it slap.
Turn it up, make it slap.
Make it slap.
Turn it up, make it slap.
I think the internet has definitely made things a lot more just creative. I think it's definitely helped my whole generation, to put our music out uncensored, straight from the heart, and exactly how we see it. Technology has brought us to a new golden era, to where we can really be ourselves, man. And they scared of that.
Glass, 5 MPH down the Ave door, swinging eyes hanging off the paint job.
At 13 years old, I got my first record deal, so I got the opportunity to see things, see a big studio at an age where it wasn't a normal type of thing. I had a lot of different, I would say cycles. I went through different cycles. Signing at 13 years old, I was an R&B singer. I wrote my own songs, but I was also a producer. So going through different eras, man, I've changed. I write, I sing, I rap, I produce. I'm a prodigy, man. At a very young age, I did all those things. You know what I mean? I didn't do them well, but I did all those things, and I like to think I honed my gift over time. And that's what you're hearing. You ain't hearing you're hearing a lot of work, a lot of hard work, a lot of not going to the club. You know what I mean? A lot of sitting in one place, in the same position, man, trying to create magic. Anytime one of your peers or somebody that you idolize, or not even say idolize, but somebody you really respect, respects what you do. I've been in the studio with Pharrell, and he's told me that he's liked my stuff, and he's appreciates what I'm doing. This is early Pharrell. Been in the studio with Boyz II Men's, and seen him go crazy and fall out over something I've done. That's better than any Grammy or anything else. From time to time, I go to YouTube and I see 500 likes and one dislike or something. It makes me feel good. You know what I mean? But I've been in the game long enough to know that you really gotta stay level-headed and make it about your art. Because as soon as you start thinking you hot, your craft will suffer. You know what I mean? You gotta just stay in the basement. It just means go back to the basement. I can't remember not ever doing music or having some type of industry tie or something like that. So, I don't want to say I'm old school. I like to say I'm a OG youngin'. You know what I mean? Cause I was young in the game, so I got experience, but I'm brand new. Man, ITM was a brainchild of Stally, who came to me with the idea. He just said, I like what you do, dog. I just want even more 808s. I love the title Intelligent Trunk Music because one of my favorites, Dilla, I always respected because he had a real knack for not only digging for classic records, but also represent where he came from. He never lost the urban sense of who he was, you know what I mean? Just because, I was rocking diamonds and platinum when he was, you know what I mean? In that same era, and nobody that had a backpack was supposed to be doing that. So I love the idea of meshing the hood sensibilities with intelligent music, man, with knowing exactly what it should sound like. So I owe a lot of that to Dilla, man, because, he definitely let me know you could do both. I could give you an 808 and give you a symphony at the same time. So when it came down to ITM, I wanted to make sure it was timeless. And I don't think it's hard to do that if you know the type of music to dig for, So I spent a lot of time just really, really creating, gathering sounds and samples and just ideas that I thought would be timeless. And we put it together, and he put timeless lyrics to timeless tracks, hopefully, and that's what we wanted to do. That was the plan. We come from the same era. I'm not sure how old Stally is, but he remembers Illmatic, you know what I mean? He remembers the classics, and I think we got along when we first met just for that reason, because we spent a lot of time talking about what type of record we wanted to make. And being from Massillon, Ohio, me being from Columbus, instant, you know what I mean? First of all, we from the same hometown, and you rap like you from the golden era, like you the new Nas, and you got you got some smarts to you. That really intrigued me, It really intrigued me, and I honestly can say that the album is a classic because of Stalley. You know, I could have had them beats on somebody that couldn't write. You know, and he definitely made songs that he met me halfway for sure. I'm a bit of a control freak musically. I mean, I hear everything. I hear the smallest detail and the vocals. So I like to mix my own music. I like to, even down to just, making sure I record the artist is very important. With one producer, it gives you that energy, with the artist. I told Stalley that I wanted it to be like Quincy and Michael. I wanted him to trust me, and I wanted to, trust him to do the right thing, music, lyrically. So I think, we trusted each other, and it turned out right. I definitely tailor make every track. A lot of rappers ask me for beat tapes. I don't got beat tapes. You know what I mean? Like, you come to my studio and you get songs. You know what I mean? We produce you, and I definitely have a team. Writers, producers, people around me that we all influence each other to just to elevate the game, and that's our mission. You know what I mean? That's elevating music. That's our motto. So when you come to the Sugar Shack, you come to Columbus, Ohio, you're getting a full service. You know what I mean? You're getting a full service, and hopefully you leave with some classics, man. Like, I grew up in an era where we didn't have our sound as Ohio, and I used to think like, man, I can't wait till somebody creates something that's ours. And I think I'm on the cusp of that. You know what I mean? High Tech was a big instrumental influence. J. Rawls, and just music, Ohio music in general. Zap, just Isley Brothers down the line, definitely influence. And one thing we have is soul in our music, and we have a lot of integrity and bass, man. We ride. I think it's a good beginning because we show that we don't gotta sound like nobody else. We're a nice mix and a nice mesh of all types of music in Ohio and in the Midwest. So I grew up on DJ Quick, I grew up on Dr. Dre, and I grew up on DJ Premier and P-Rock. Then I grew up on the South, Organized Noise. So I had all these different sounds, man. Like, I finally start figuring out how to put it all together. You know what I mean? It took a long time, man, for me to really get my sound. And so you ain't gonna stop hearing horns and haze and woos and all my sounds that you hear, man. You ain't gonna stop hearing them, man. It's gonna get bigger and better. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to all that, man. So Ohio is definitely just part of my, it's part of my sound, man. It's my inspiration. Rashad, time to go solo, man. It's time to put out some music, man. You know what I mean? I'm an artist. I'm an artist first. You know what I mean? My music won't sound like Stalley's music. I got my own sound, and I hope everybody just appreciates that you're gonna hear real music, you're gonna hear samples, you're gonna hear R&B music, you're gonna hear hip hop, you're gonna hear all of that. You know what I mean? But whatever it is, it's gonna be honest. But as of right now, I'm working on my solo project that I feel like I've been working my whole life, on. I would just say it's a piece of art. You know what I mean? I got some rapping, I got some singing. And it's just my opus, man. It's my story, and I'm looking forward to everybody hearing it. Elevate the game. I have so many dreams, man. I'm just trying to have enough time, man, to get it accomplished, man. And I have big ideas, so I'm gonna have like orchestra shit. Like I'm gonna have one day, man. You just never know, man. You never know how big it's gonna get. I'm gonna start off small first, but I'm gonna give you a lot of music this year. You know what I mean? So look out for that. It's your boy Rashad, represent Elevator Music, Elevate the Game, Smoking Section. One. You know what I mean? Like it's that era. It's definitely a changing time, and I feel blessed to be a part of it.